Okay, today's AWA winner is Swadov. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, but not sure. He's from India, and this is for April 21st, 2019. Just a coincidence. I just finished watching Goalie Boy, which I think is popular in India right now. Pretty good. I enjoyed it. Pretty good flick. So if you guys want a movie recommendation, there you go. All right, anyway, Swadov, you wrote an issue essay, it looks like. Okay, it doesn't look very long. That's a little bit concerning. Not too bad, 450 words. Okay, that's not too bad. So the prompt says, some people believe that the purpose of education is to free the mind and the spirit. Others believe that formal education tends to restrain our minds and spirits rather than set them free. And then the task says, write a response in which you discuss which view more closely aligns with your own position and explain your reasoning. You should address both views. So hopefully Swadov did that. All right, let's just get into this. Track changes. Education provides insight to people in eclectic fields. The knowledge is the epiphany so that people can have the right point of view in respective realms. Sounds good, but not really proper usage. So it comes across a little bit awkward, the phrasing. Not really a grammar mistake. It is kind of a grammar mistake to say that right there. So that's kind of a grammar mistake, but the phrasing is a little bit awkward. I agree with the assertion that the purpose of education is to free the mind and spirit. People are made conscious about many different things. With the help of education, they can think. So this is a run-on sentence right here. And a run-on sentence is when you have two independent clauses and you don't have a conjunction or a period. Oftentimes there's only a comma in the middle or maybe nothing. So here Swadov has a comma in the middle, and this is a pretty big grammar mistake. So there's a couple ways you can fix it. You can just put a conjunction, and they can think of certain things in their respective perspectives, and this should be from there, comma, which means it frees our mind rather than keeps us restrained. This introduction has some issues. So the biggest issue is grammatical. There's just too many grammar mistakes. A little bit of awkward phrasing as well. I see his thesis. His thesis is right here. I agree with the assertion right there. I see that. People are made conscious about many different things. And I kind of see his outline. I'm not sure exactly what his supporting ideas are right here. First of all, the more people are educated, they are the more. So again, this is a kind of the misuse of the phrase. The more conscious they are of what is right and what is wrong, and they can judge wisely. This in order helps people, again, awkward phrasing, not to be restricted on the convention or traditions which might also be wrong. For instance, in our community there are many superstitious beliefs or old traditions which are biased to some people. Again, biased to some people, I'm not sure what that means. Unclear meaning. Or it might not be good to follow. It should be they, right? So we need a plural pronoun here, not a singular noun, because he said beliefs and traditions. The dowry system in our society used to be a compulsion in marriage. Typically, you should use verbs and adjectives rather than nouns. So you should say used to be compulsory. In marriage, which used to be very difficult for the poor people to manage, comma. But in new generation, literate people know, but in or for newer generations, comma. Literate means can read and write. Is that what he's really trying to say here? Literate people know it's disadvantages, and most of them try to ignore such traditions. I mean, a lot of grammar mistakes, underdeveloped, a little unclear at times. I think the dowry system would be a good example. You just have to make sure it connects to exactly what you're saying here. And for me, that's not that clearly. It's not that clear. I know you say that the traditions and the conventions might be wrong, and you're saying that people with education can judge wisely what's right and wrong. But again, it's not jumping out to me that well. Even if it were, you do have a lot of grammar mistakes, though. Secondly, the contemporary people are well educated and are not conservative as the old generation people, and not as conservative as the older generations. As we look in the context of our period, our precedents has the different perspective in the manner of fashion they wouldn't accept, wearing short cloths, exposing the body parts. So I get what he's saying here. The problem is the syntax, the phrasing, the grammar. So there's just too many words coming together here, and it's not really a complete, independent, grammar-free sentence. They used to criticize such fashion, but in modern generation, people are not restricted in such thought. They think, again, we have another run-on sentence here. Think that they need to behold what they like, and further, it is the matter of the education that is taught the people to have freedom or their own way of living. On the other hand, old people used to follow a certain tradition, which... Okay, I kind of get what's going on here. But still, the same issues from the first body paragraph are present. However, some might think that formal education, so this should be no S, tends to restrain our minds and spirit rather than setting free. Education makes us to follow. No 2 makes us follow some theories or beliefs that have been discovered, but these limits are the matter of people, whether they are objective to it or not. Again, not sure what that means. Rather, education has taught us to be subjective. People have their own perspective, their own way of thinking. So this is another run-on sentence. Some might see a thing well, and some might see the same thing bad. It's the matter of their own perspective. Again, another run-on sentence. Okay, to sum up, education has taught us so many principles or norms which helps us to be virtuous, but there are other prominent purposes of it. That is, again, another run-on sentence here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, the structure is not bad. I kind of get the ideas. As you can see, the main issue is grammar and lack of clarity. Because these issues are significant, in my opinion, I feel I have no choice but to give this a 3.0. With that in mind, if Swartov really wants to improve, his main focus, or your main focus, should be on improving your grammar, especially these two things. Number 1, run-on sentences, and number 2, subject-verb disagreement. And in fact, number 3, we had some singular and plural issues as well. If you work on those 3 things and then kind of keep your ideas and structure constant, I think you can get up into the 4s. If you have a rapid improvement, I don't see why you can't get up into the 5 if you really work hard and really focus on your grammar, because I see the ideas, I know you're thinking, and the structure is pretty good as well. But we really need to clean up the writing, and if we do so, you'll be on an upward trajectory. All right, thank you so much, Swartov, for entering the AWA lottery. I hope this was helpful, and Swartov, I hope you can work on your grammar and go ahead and get this essay a little bit tighter and a little bit cleaner. And like I said, I think the score will be higher. All right, everyone, have a good day.